Inheritance. The will was only 4 pages long, but it split the room like a fault line. Anna read it twice, then a third time, as if the words might rearrange themselves into something kinder. They didn't. The lawyer's voice droned on about assets and accounts, but all Anna could hear was the blood rushing in her ears. And the remaining property in Valencia, the lawyer said. Adjusting his glasses is to be divided equally among the beneficiaries. Mark laughed. It was short and sharp. Valencia and Spain. Yes, the lawyer replied. That is correct. Their father had never been to Spain, or at least that was what Anna had believed. He hated flying, she said automatically, said it made him anxious. The lawyer hesitated, the way people do when they know they're about to say something that will detonate. Mr. Calder maintained a residence there for over 20 years. Silence followed, thick and stunned. Their father, George Calder, had been predictable to the point of dullness. A civil engineer, a widower for most of Anna and Mark's lives. He ate the same breakfast every morning, watched the same evening news, complained about the neighbors' hedges. He called every Sunday at exactly 6. He had died 3 months earlier from a stroke, alone in his recliner, television still murmuring to an empty room. 20 years. That's not possible, Mark said. He barely left the state. The lawyer slid a folder across the table. You're welcome to review the documents, inside war deeds, bank statements, and photographs. Anna's breath caught. There was their father, unmistakably older, but unmistakably alive, standing on a sunlit balcony with the Mediterranean behind him. He was smiling, not the polite, restrained smile he wore in family photos, but something looser, happier, and beside him stood a woman Anna had never seen before. She closed the folder. The fight started in the parking lot. So he just... what? Mark snapped. Had a secret vacation house. A secret life. A secret family, Anna said quietly. The photo had burned itself into her mind. They argued the way siblings do when grief has nowhere else to go. About fairness. About money. About who deserved what. Mark accused Anna of always defending their father. Anna accused Mark of only caring now that there was property involved. By the time Anna got home, she had a headache and a hollow ache in her chest that felt nothing like mourning and everything like betrayal. A week later, they flew to Valencia together, neither willing to let the other go alone. The apartment overlooked a narrow street lined with orange trees. It was modest but warm, filled with light and color. Not a trace of their father, esse rigid minimalism. This doesn't make sense, Mark muttered, opening drawers, inspecting shelves like evidence. Where was this guy hiding? Anna stood in the living room, touching the back of a chair, half expecting her father to materialize and scold her for snooping. On the wall hung framed photographs, festivals, dinners, sunsets, and always that woman. In one photo, their father held a little girl on his shoulders. Anna's stomach dropped. No, she whispered. A knock came at the door. They froze. Anna opened it cautiously. A woman stood there, mid-40s, dark hair pulled back, eyes wary but composed. She looked like she'd been bracing herself for this moment for a long time. You must be Anna and Mark, she said in accented English. I'm Isabelle. Anna nodded, unable to speak. And this is my daughter? Isabel continued, stepping aside. The girl was about 12. She stared at them with open curiosity. Lucia, Isabel said softly, this was your father's home too. Mark swore under his breath. The truth unfolded slowly, carefully, like something fragile. Their father had taken a contract abroad decades ago. It was supposed to be temporary. Then he met Isabel. He fell in love. He stayed part of every year. He lived 2 lives with precision and discipline. He never meant to abandon you, Isabel said. He loved you very much. Then why didn't he tell us? Mark demanded. Isabel looked tired. Fear, shame, cowardice. Choose one. Lucia sat quietly on the couch, listening. She had their father's eyes. He talked about you all the time, she said suddenly. He said you were strong and stubborn. Mark laughed, despite himself. That sounds right. The anger didn't disappear overnight. It sharpened, shifted direction. Anna felt it flare when she realized her father had missed birthdays here to attend school plays there. When she understood that his constant availability back home had been carefully scheduled around absences. But she also saw something else. Letters in a drawer Written to her and Mark, never sent. Pages filled with longing and regret. Apologies without addresses. He was good at building bridges, Mark said one evening, staring at the city lights. Just terrible at crossing them. They spent a week in Valencia. Awkward dinners, shared stories, long silences. Lucha asked questions about Snow, about what their father was like when he was young. She wanted to know if he'd ever been strict. Yes, Anna and Mark said together, then laughed. When the time came to discuss the inheritance, no one wanted to be the first to speak. The lawyer said equal shares, Mark said finally. Isabel nodded. That is what George wanted, Anna looked. Achi Lucia swinging her legs nervously. She should have more, she said. He was there for her. He was your father first, Isabel replied gently. And he failed you. I won't pretend otherwise. In the end, they restructured everything. Less property, more trust funds. College paid for, shared ownership. Compromise forged out of discomfort, not generosity. Before they left, Anna stood alone on the balcony. She imagined her father here, coffee in hand, sun on his face, someone freer than the man she'd known. She didn't know how to forgive him. Not yet. But she understood him better now, and that felt like a beginning. At the airport, Lucia hugged them both tightly. Will you come back? She asked. Anna smiled. Yes, she said. We will. Inheritance, she realized, wasn't just what you were given. It was what you were left to make sense of.